ShotSpotter. Allegedly, a ShotSpotter went off. ShotSpotter heard a gun. Before I give you a great genius answer, I'm just curious. Just an honest question. Do any of you have any military experience? If you do say yes, sounds good. Okay, that definitely sounds good. What did you do in the military? Did you do anything unique when you were in the military? Okay. My other question is, do any of you have any experience at all of running a sting operation? It's a extremely, very easy, simple question. Have you ever ran a sting operation before? Okay. The answer to that is a 100% definite 100% no. So, if you haven't ran a sting operation before, and you weren't involved in a sting operation before, why should you be here? It's an very simple question. I heard someone, Eric, I hate him. No, you don't. You hate the facts of life. You know what I hate, though? I hate the simple, sad fact that this girl had to lose her life because you and people like you continue to pretend to be something that you are 100% clearly not. That's what I hate. Hundreds of people have lost their lives and continue to lose their lives because of people like you who pretend to be something that you are not. You have been lying for so fucking long, you don't even know you're lying anymore. It just became a muscle that's developed. You know, when we walk, our brain actually tells our left leg and our right leg, your turn, your turn, your turn. But now we don't even think about it. That's you with your lies. No one can convince you. You're too far gone. You guys have these meetings. There's a thing where I clearly know some people, and they're like, they blend in like you, getting paid a lot of money. It's a photo op, Eric. It's all a photo op. Okay. So when I was younger, I just said they're lying. This is what I said. Now that I'm older and I start to get to know these people and they obviously like me, they have a word for it. It's a photo op. It's a press release. Nothing on TV is real from these state government agencies and these puppet politicians. It's just a photo op. Okay? Photo op. So while they're playing photo op and they're pretending to be something that they're not, this girl has to lose her life. There's just so many things I want to say right now, but is it really worth going back to jail? I mean, sometimes I say, yeah, well, I had a plan. You guys fucked up my plan. I had a plan. You guys just fucked up my plan. Okay. Alright. Two things. And then I have to go smoke a carton of cigarettes. I'm not off my meds. I'm being 100% dead serious. You're off your fucking meds. ShotSpotter. People are saying that is useless and it's a waste of money. I agree. ShotSpotter was always a corrupt deal. It's extremely, extremely common sense, but I will go over that extremely common sense. That's just very awkward. I will go over that. It's very short, honestly. ShotSpotter wasn't even supposed to be renewed the last time around. What happens is, from a psychology point of view, from a criminal's point of view, someone at City Hall, more than likely a nerdy lawyer who's very powerful, knows the other lawyer at ShotSpotter and or the business owner. They had a meeting, some type of communications that unfortunately I didn't intercept and record like I would have done in my 20s. People aren't liking ShotSpotter. I'm getting too much pressure. The puppet mayor that we run, we just can't handle it anymore. Well, let's just do it really quick and we'll do this. All right, let's just do it really fast. We know the people said no. We know the vote said no. We know we're going to get a lot of shit for this. Let's just do it really fast. Lori Lightfoot's on her way out anyway. Let's just renew it really fast. And worst comes to worst, it's just going to make public record because we cut you a check from City Hall to your company, ShotSpotter, and it's okay. The news will just say we did it really fast with it. That's it. That's what happened. Jesus Christ looking at me now. That's exactly what happened. Everyone is saying Lori Lightfoot's done. She's out the door. It doesn't matter. These puppet politicians, part of their job duty is to get made fun out of. She served her purpose. She served her purpose. She did what she did for them. She got paid, they got paid, business as usual. Now we have a new one. he will serve his purpose, while you people make fun out of him practically every day on the internet. He's serving his purpose. But if you would like to keep ShotSpotter around, we can make everybody happy. And this is where I'm just confused that everyone just can't get what they want. It just amazes me how we can't just all get what we want. When a gun goes off in an area, such as that officer who unfortunately made her transition to heaven, ShotSpotter goes off. It hears the decimals up in the air. It's frequencies of sound that goes up from a gun, for those who don't know. The ShotSpotter goes off and it alerts the Chicago police. Chicago police gets alerted. Shots fired, shots fired. Blackstone Street. Chicago police officer heads that way. It's over. This is where the common sense kicks in. This is where it gets very awkward for me. This is where I get very frustrated. This is where I get very mad. This is where some of you people will be saying to yourself, okay, here comes Violent Eric. Just having a conversation. Just having a basic kindergarten conversation. When someone shoots off a gun, they typically stay around for 5 seconds, if that. I'll say 10 seconds to be nice. Bang, 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 pow, pow, pow. They're gone before the ShotSpotter and the dispatcher even told the officers in the field that went off. That's common sense. So the people, the taxpayers, you guys have been paying hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Don't know the magic number, but I'm going to assume it's past the millions for something that is beyond not working. Pretty much you have been paying hundreds of thousands of dollars and millions of dollars for some insecure, ugly, dorky, nerdy, powerful, smart lawyers at City Hall and ShotSpotter. Well, lawyer got his fix. I'm cool. I got connections. I can authorize a check. It will say from the city of Chicago. I'm cool. I'm Elon Musk. I'm Jeff Bezos. I'm cool. ShotSpotter company and his greasy lawyer and or the owner. Well, we got a connection at City Hall. We're cool. We got a connection. We're all cool. But you know that lawyer at City Hall, that's not his money? Do you know that? Do you know your ShotSpotter is full of shit? And it should be called Late Spotter? You know that? Alright. We're okay. I'm alright. I'm alright. It's alright. I liked money in my 20s. When I was in high school, I kind of cut some corners too. Not like you guys, but okay, money. I like money. I was a greedy, just love to screw the system. Okay, I understand. Used to be the same way. Kind of. Not like you animals, but okay, I get it. So, we could all win if we just work together. If you do what I ask you to do, this is going to work out in everyone's favor. Put 4 cameras on top of the ShotSpotter. When the gun goes off, the decimals of the volume will hit ShotSpotter. ShotSpotter will have a camera north, we'll have a camera east, we'll have a camera south, we'll have a camera west. Never eat sour wheat. Then, when that car is only there for the less than 5 seconds that it's typically there, the cameras will get the car. The cameras will get the make of the car. The cameras will get the model of the car. The cameras will have license plate readers. Have you ever ran a sting operation before? Put 4 cameras on the ShotSpotters, please. And I don't want to have to come back here. I got some extremely very big plans coming up this summer. Legal plans. And I can't be bothered with this stuff. Watching that young girl lose her life is bothering my head. Now, I know it doesn't, you people. I already know your psychology. It's extremely very simple. Let me guess. It's so sad that that happened. Let me guess. Now is a time that we come together. Let me guess. Prayers and thoughts are going out to her family. Okay, the prayers are not a waste of time. Let me guess. When danger appears, the Chicago police runs towards it. Let me guess. The ratings for the media are off the roof right now for this particular quarter. I don't like any of you people. I don't want to hear absolutely one fucking thing out of your mouth unless it's a solution and an answer. You understand me? You guys act real different behind this computer. You guys act real tough behind these phones, man. You guys weren't acting this way when we were in high school. You guys act real different behind this computer. I don't even want to do this computer stuff. Four cameras on ShotSpotter. These Chicago investigators and these Chicago detectives, for starters, are overworked. Completely overworked. They're tired. Why they're even doing it, I have no idea. I quite frankly think you're not that smart for taking this fucked up job, but that's your right, and that's between you two. You're doing more damage to your health, son, by doing this. The Chicago investigators don't have too much to go on. I don't like to give analogies because analogies are so stupid, but it's like going to McDonald's and trying to order a Big Mac. How is the guy supposed to make a Big Mac if there's no meat in the warehouse? It just doesn't make any sense. A lot of these Chicago investigators are behind a computer. Let's just say they're digging for cameras, which most of the time they are. They're looking here, they're looking here, they're checking this camera, they're checking this camera. They're out of cameras, they're out of footage. They don't have any footage as needed. You check ShotSpotter, everybody could win. The lawyer at City Hall, he could win. He just wants his insecurities and pretends that he's Elon Musk cutting checks with our money. The ShotSpotter people, all they care about is money. They don't give a fuck where it comes from. So the ShotSpotter people will win. And the people will win as well. Because those people, those 4 people that they have right now, let's just say, and this is where the intelligent part comes in. This is where I get extremely, extremely mad and angry. And this is where you people will say, here comes the violent Eric. Do you think those 4 people that they're questioning right now who tried to rob this girl, do you think this is their first time? Do you think this is their first time that they robbed somebody? No, it's an extremely, extremely not true. This is not their first time that they have robbed someone. So if these 4 cameras were on the ShotSpotter when it goes off, these Chicago investigators could have got them off the street, and this would have never, ever, ever, never even happened. And that girl would have been on stage graduating this week, as she was supposed to. Prevent before it even happens. You have a time machine. You just don't know it. You have a time machine. Does that make sense? Did everything I just say make sense? Do you understand what I have just said? Those Chicago investigators and Chicago detectives have camera 1 through 4 on each ShotSpotter in a control room, safe. Let's just say ShotSpotter is over there in 63rd. The investigator logs into ShotSpotter on 63rd. On the computer program, it says Cam 1, Cam 2, Cam 3, Cam 4. That gun went off at 1 o'clock a.m. Now that investigator has video footage on one row of 1 through 4 of that car, of that make, of that model. Now that investigator goes to Cam 2. 1 row all the way down of the same, a different direction of that car, of that make, of that model. He got the license plate. She got the license plate. Cam 3, Cam 4. Those detectives have more to work with, and when they have more to work with, they don't work as many hours. Do you understand? You would not have made it during 9/11 days. you simply, the people that I used to know, I miss them. They would have went to City Hall and they would have said, this is what we're doing. And Jesus Christ looking at me now, if you think you're worried about me, I'm a cookie compared to them. You would have listened. You would have said, oh okay. Yeah. I miss them, man. I miss them. I miss them because I don't understand why God put them people in my life, and this is how things were done, and it got things done to keep everyone safe. Now I'm older, and I'm almost thinking to myself, well, hey, Eric, do you ever think that God put those people in your life so you could now take over? Well, then again, I say, well, yeah, hey, God, I tried to, but no, you think that's what they would have done? You didn't really try. Well, you didn't get it done. If you don't get it done, you failed. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Last thing. With the exception of ShotSpotter, that's number one. So these detectives could have toys to play with. Your meetings that you people have, they're useless. Can you imagine, hypothetically, if God came down and he asked you, hey, remember that meeting you had last week? Yeah. What came about that meeting? We talked about... No. Yeah, that whole put your hands up doesn't really work, just so you know. I didn't ask you what you talked about during that meeting. I asked you what came about of that meeting. I think you already know what I'm asking, but I'll get into more detail so it will give you more time to think. Any results came from that meeting? Any progress? That meeting was 2 weeks ago. We're now 2 weeks into it. Any progress from what happened from that meeting? No, not really. We talked about almost every meeting that I had with a politician or a state agency was a complete waste of time. 100%. The ones who did meet me, they just didn't want me to talk about them on YouTube and protest in front of their homes, is my guess. The ones who did meet with me, well, he does have Operation Chicago. It looks like he's serious. He worked hard for it. Let's just meet with him. We can't do anything, but we don't want to get him. We don't want to be on his bad side because he'll talk about us on YouTube. Oh, okay. It's not the reason why I wanted to meet with you, but that okay. The other ones, they just ignore me and they don't believe that I could see that they read my email. Okay. When you have a meeting and you use that time, 2 weeks later, I want you to say to yourself, what happened with that meeting 2 weeks ago? When you have a meeting next week, I want you to say to yourselves during that meeting, we are going to have a follow-up in this meeting 2 weeks from now. What's the plan? Follow through. Follow up. Don't just have a meeting to have a meeting. Stop being insecure. Stop pretending to be something that you're not. Stop with the photo op. Run the show. Have a plan. I gave you the plan. You know what I would do if I was you? I would walk in with my suit and tie. And I would have it in the back of my head, I'm about to go in this fucking meeting. Okay, you know what? That Chicago Blaxican motherfucker I can't stand. I hate that motherfucker. I hate him. But that 4 cameras on the ShotSpotter, that shit sounds solid. That shit sounds amazing. That shit sounds efficient. That shit will work. It will be beneficial to the detectives. It will be key pieces and answers. That whole get these people off the street so they don't commit another crime, that shit sounds good. So you know what? Fuck Eric. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to propose this. I'm going to get the credit for it. It's okay. That's good, brother. I want you to get that credit. Go ahead. Like I said, I got big plans coming up this summer. I don't care about you and this little, that go right ahead. The problem is that you're going to run into is when you go into that meeting and you propose ShotSpotter and the 4 cameras. Problem is they're going to tell you no. Problem is they're going to give you every and any excuse why they can't do it. But Jesus Christ looking at me now, the Holy Spirit looking at me now, it can be done from a technical point of view. Trust me, I've been doing cameras since like 1992. And when I get shit on footage, when I used to, I don't go ahead and turn it in. Someone else meets with someone else, and someone else meets with someone else, and then they go to that person, they play them that footage, and they just look them dead in their eye. So what should we do from here? It's not called blackmail, it's called negotiation. It's called getting shit done to save lives. Bad things happen for very good reasons. Don't say to yourself, well, you have nothing on me. That's not true. Your dumbass family and your dumbass kids have been yapping away. That's not fucking true. I personally don't have nothing on you, but I'm pretty sure someone does. That's not fucking true. I'm just out the business. I'm just grown up now. I just don't need to do it. I've seen it all. Before I loved doing this shit because that's how shit got done. If you fuckers did this shit, this officer would still be alive, just for the fucking record. Call it fucking blackmail. Your shit's not working, buddy. There's people dying. You just be quiet. Problem is when you go into that meeting and try to do this whole ShotSpotter shit with the 4 cameras, they're going to tell you this is... There's nothing to say. We don't renew this contract with ShotSpotter if we can't put these 4 cameras up. It's a win-win-win-win-win-win-win. It's a win-win-win-win-win-win-win. What's the problem? You don't have the pull? You don't have the power? You know, the Chicago detectives I met, why, this is good. I can't do it. Jesus Christ. But hey, stop being a pussy, man. We can find out where these motherfuckers live, and we could protest in front of their fucking houses. Protest is legal. Dr. King did it. Protest is legal. I could find out where they live very easily, and we could protest in front of their house and hold up a sign that says 4 cameras, ShotSpotter. I could find out where their wife lives. I could find out where their mother-in-law lives. I could find out everything about them. Protest, legal, protest. Nothing illegal, protest. Come on, let's go. You with me? No? You pussy. Jesus Christ, man. Well, there's nothing wrong with going to their home and walking outside their door and ringing the doorbell at 2 o'clock in the morning with the camera crew, dude. There's nothing wrong with that, son. You know, this girl who checked out and made her transition, who's in heaven right now, you know how hard she worked to get where she was? Very young. You know, and I hate to say this, but it is the reality. Everyone else says it, so I'm not going to ignore it because I don't like to focus on this, but I can't ignore it. There's just something about me that I just can't be ignored. Do you know how hard it is for a black person to achieve what she has achieved and accomplish what she has accomplished? not growing up rich, going to the police academy, still paying bills at the same time, still working a full-time job at the Chicago Police Department, if I'm not mistaken, and she's still going to school, getting her master's degree while she's at the police academy. I got a lazy fucking work ethic. I don't have an 8th grade diploma. I have a horrible work ethic. How she managed to do that is just beyond kind of cool. And those are just pussy words. She put years and hours and nights getting to where she is. And she's about to graduate and have one of the best recognition days of her life with a cap and a gown. And you're telling me that you won't come with me to some fuck's house to protest and ring his doorbell and bang on his door at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning so we can get these 4 cameras up on these ShotSpotters? You would have never made it during 9/11 days. Alright, I gotta go. Don't worry, this doesn't involve me. These are your friends, not mine. God bless, freedom of speech, ShotSpotter, progress during the fucking meetings, and do something in these meetings. That's all I can do. That's all I'm willing to do. It is what it is. You guys are partially... Ooh.